Hey guys, got another deck profile for you. This is my Kaiju train deck. What makes this deck different than other ones, I guess, is that I'm playing 50% Kaijus and 50% trains. Um, and the reason I'm doing that is because, well, I wanted to have a Kaiju deck, a pure Kaiju deck, and I tried that, and it's just not good enough where it's like consistent or well, it just doesn't play very well, I feel, because it relies more on your opponent doing stuff, which I know is kind of how it works. But nonetheless, I still wanted to use the kaijus, but have like the whole kaiju engine and everything. And I still wanted it to run, but I wanted it to be better. So I figured just adding more kaijus to my train deck, which originally played kaijus, but just not to this extent. I figured that would can help it go better. And after playtesting and stuff, it works pretty well. Like a lot of my other videos, it's not necessarily competitive. The deck is for fun purposes mainly because I'm a casual player. And yeah, I just have a fun time with this deck. Like I like playing decks that like annoy other people, which this deck is great for. That being said, let's go into the profile. For your train engine, you're going to be playing... that's funny, train engine. Sorry, the pun is kind of unavoidable there, but... so you're going to be playing 3 Express Knight, or Night Express Knights, 3 Heavy Freight Train Derricrane, 3 Ruffian Railcar, 2 Exodius, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord, 3 Revolving Switchyards, and a special schedule. And so just a quick play of how this goes. You can normal summon Night Express Knight, and then use Derricrane's effect to special summon it from your hand, Xyz into a rank 10 play. Exodius is a free special summon. You just shuffle all your monsters from your graveyard into your deck and special summon it. It's a level 10, helps with the 10s. Rank 10 plays. Ruffian Railcar. If you normal summon at Express Knight, well, you have Revolving Switchyard on the field. You can special summon Railcar from your deck, and it becomes level 10. Switchyard also has an effect that lets you search out any of these guys, except for like the Exodia. It'll search out any of these 3 guys. But you won't be able to get the effect to special summon the Railcar. If you normal summon, you can only use one of the 2 effects per turn. I'm sure a lot of you guys know how the deck goes, and you probably have a lot of the cards, so I'm not going to go too in depth into it. And then special schedule is, just to bring back a Night Express Knight and stuff. I feel like you'd only need it at 1. That's just my opinion. If you don't want to listen to me, go ahead. That's not a bad thing. If you want to play it your own way, I encourage it. This is how I want to play it. So that's my train engine. And then going into cards I use for both the trains and the kaijus. The 3 Terraforming. Which you probably don't have to play at 3. You can probably play at 2, or you can play, that at 3, and then the Kyoutou Waterfront at which is the Kaiju field spell. You can play that at 2 or however many you want. Don't necessarily have to have, in a sense, 9 field spells because I'm playing 3 of this, the Kyoutou Waterfront and the Switchyard. That's just what I like to play. If you can adjust it how you feel fit. Then I play the 3 Jizukiru because it's a 10. So you give your opponent a different kaiju and special summon this to your field and make 10 plays. And so it's a really good card, especially in trains. Especially a high attack too, so you're going to give it yourself if you activate, Kaiju Slumber. Onto the Kaiju portion. I probably would be playing 3 Gameciel. I only have 2. And I don't really mind that. I feel like 2 is enough. 3 you can play definitely, but not necessarily mandatory. Of course, it is the best. It is the best kaiju. So if you have 3, definitely play 3. So what I'm playing as a third one instead is Gadarla, the Mystery Dust Kaiju, which is based on Mothra. All these guys are based off of Godzilla, or other kaiju or Japanese big monsters and stuff. So I like playing Mothra. So I think it works out for me anyways that I get to play Mothra in the deck because I probably wouldn't if I had 3 Gameciel, just for balance ratios and stuff. So play that. 2 Dogoran, which is Godzilla, and 3 Radian. So what's really good about Dogoran and Radian, especially in a deck that you play a lot of the Kaiju engine and stuff, or just like the Kaiju kind of deck, essentially, is that they cannot activate their effects during either player's turn, which is a very important thing because when you're going to be having Kaiju counters on the field if you're playing Waterfront or stuff or Kaiju Capture Mission. And you don't want your opponent to be using Gameciel's effect. You don't want to give your opponent Gameciel if you're playing the Waterfront field spell at the time, because then they're going to be able to activate Gameciel and negate and banish all your stuff. Same thing with Mothra. So you don't want them to be activating effects during while you're attacking them. So you're going to give them like a Radian or a Dogoran, so that you can just attack over them and not have to worry about any of that. Then for the field spells, I play 3 Tokyo, or it's kind of based off of Tokyo. Apparently there's a city also called Kyoto, but I like calling it Tokyo Waterfront because it's always Tokyo that gets hit in the Godzilla movies and stuff. So I play 3 of that. You don't have to play 3. You can play 2 or even 1 if you want to, because you've got the 3 terraformings as well. And most of the time, I do go with a Switchyard rather than the Waterfront. But I think it's really, if I ever just am in the mood for it, I feel like it's nice to have 3. But that's just my opinion. You don't have to do that. This is just my fun way of playing it. Not necessarily the good way, but I don't care about necessarily always the good way as far as having fun. So I play 3 of those. Play, of course, the 2 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, so to destroy all the monsters on the field, and give each player a Kaiju. 3 Kaiju Capture Mission, because it helps if you only have the 1 Kaiju in your hand, you give the opponent a Kaiju, and then you just Book of Moon it. And so it's really nice. As far as defensive stuff, and you get Kaiju counters as well that you can use on it. So that's for the Kaiju portion, and then 3 cards that make the card a 40 card deck are Solemn Warning, and then 2 Metal Reflect Slime. Again, you don't have to play the Metal Reflect Slimes. I've just never really had a deck that I really wanted to play this in, or at least recently anyways. Back in the day, I would play this because of nobody would really have monsters that would have like 3,000 or more attacks, so I would play Metal Reflect Slimes then. But I only play it now mainly because I want to, because I can play it. It actually works in the deck because it's a level 10 monster. When you activate its effect, you just summon it as a level 10 monster. And so that's all the reason why I play it. That finishes off the main deck. The extra deck, I only play the 10s and then the 7 Sins stuff. I don't really go into the 4s at all, so I feel like they're not needed. I've got 14 cards in here because I don't have multiple copies of some of the other stuff. This is just kind of what I threw together. So just kind of filling the space here. You don't have to play 3s of everything. So I play the 3 Rail Cannon Gustav Max, the 3 Super Dora. Play 1 Gangaridai. 1 Superdimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer. And then for the 7 Sins, I play 2 7 Sins sets. So I played 2 Ravenous Tarantula, 2 Pain Gainer, and 2 7 Sins. And it has come up a few times where your opponent negates the first 7 Sins, and so you just go into a second one. And they weren't really expecting that when I did that. But yeah, so that's is my half Kaiju, half train deck profile. Hope you guys thought it was interesting. As always, this is a casual deck, not competitive, so I didn't make it competitive necessarily. That doesn't mean you necessarily can't use it in a competitive setting. It just won't necessarily win all of the time. But yeah, so this is just a deck I like to play for fun. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.